Hi campers and families, welcome back. Happy fall break. We have 6 days away from school this weekend. So spend lots of good time and enjoy your time with your little ones. Talk to them a lot, take them out for walks, enjoy the scenery and some of the events that's happening around town. I can't wait to hear what you guys have done over the weekend. This week, I would like to talk to you about ways to converse and talk about a story. So what I'm saying is that when you open a book with your little one, even before you start reading the words, there's a lot of conversation that can go on. I know that whenever we have family events at school, I'm always talking about having conversation with your children about the story, talking about what's happening in the book. So today I'm going to teach you some of the phrases and things that you can do with your little ones so that it enriches their understanding, builds their verbal language, increases their vocabulary, and gets them more interested in books so that they know when you open a book, it isn't just about reading the words. It's about so much more. You can learn from books and you can take interest in what's happening in the book. So one thing that we always do in class is we touch the pictures and talk about what it is. So for example, this is the Itsy Bitsy Spider book, and it is just a book about the nursery rhyme. So on this page, I might do this. Hey, look, what do you think that is? So touch the different things on the pictures and talk to them about it. They might know it's a water spout. They might not know. They might call it a pipe. They might call it a hose. That's another interesting conversation that you can have with them. You might even ask them, what do you think this is for? And then you can label, oh, there's a sun. Oh, there's a spider. And then you could try talking about what the characters are feeling and what might be happening. Oh, look, there's a smile on the spider's face. I bet you he's having a lot of fun coming down the water spout. It looks like he just came out and there's whoosh of water that came out with him. Oh, look, I also see some raindrops. Looks like it's a rainy day. So you see that before we even read the words or sing the nursery rhyme, your child has acquired a lot of information about the story already. They know that this song or this story has to do with a spider. That's one of the characters, and he's having a good time right now, and there's raining, and that they've learned that this is a water spout, and water spout helps move water down onto the ground. Some of the phrases that you can use with them as you're reading, you might say, I remember. So for example, when you're looking at this part where the Itsy Bitsy Spider looks like it's bouncing, you might say, hey, I remember a time when I was bouncing on a trampoline or when I was bouncing in a little bouncy castle. Or you might say, hey, do you remember a time when you got to bounce on a bouncy castle? And bring that background experience so that they have more connection to the story. You can also say something like, I think. For example, if you look at this page, and it looks like the spider is flying all the way out of the picture, and his face looks kind of like, oh no! Then you might say, hey, I think he's feeling a little scared. Or I think it must be scary for him to fly all the way out like that. So you're adding your ideas and thinking. So then that's when you can say, what do you think? And another thing is you can say is, it makes me feel. So when you're looking at a picture like this, you might say, hey, it makes me feel silly when I see him wobbling on the laundry. How does it make you feel? So again, you're incorporating more of that engagement, getting them to think about the story, getting them to use what they already know, their background experience and what they've done in the past to enrich the story. So as they're reading it, they can feel a bigger connection with the story and then they can understand more. Try those this weekend when you're reading with them. All right, it's the Mrs. Ang book pick of the week. I really enjoy the Mo Willems book, especially the series with the Elephant and Piggy book. So the characters are Elephant, Gerard, and Piggy. His name is just Piggy. There's lots of different stories in this series, and this particular one is called My Friend is Sad. It's a really, really fun book for little ones to read because there's not a lot of words. So it's less intimidating. They don't feel so scared to look at the pictures. And the characters are kind of silly. We always talk about the speech bubbles. That means that's someone talking. And in this story, Gerard is quite sad. And Piggy, being the good friend, see, he says, my friend is sad. So being the good friend, he wants to make him happy. So he's trying all kinds of things to be happy, make him happy, try to make him laugh, but it's not working. I'm not gonna tell you the ending. So when you read this book, you'll find out what was really bothering Gerard that makes him sad, and how Piggy made him happy again. And don't forget to use these phrases, I think, or I remember, or it makes me feel. It makes me feel silly when I read about all the things that Piggy is doing. That's it for this week. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.